Part 3, Rabbi Kaplan?
Al Teva, it's Ayer Pere Odom Yivolet. A person who has created a wild animal. And yet, the Chazal say, Barasi Eitzer Hara, Barasi Torah, Tavlin Law. You can take that Yetzer Hara and you can make him sweet. You could change him. It doesn't say break him. It doesn't say erase him. It says the Torah Tavlin Law. The Torah is a spice that could give it a taste. That could change that Yetzer Hara itself and make it. You could use those kochos, that energy that the Yetzer Hara gives into you. You can put it into Torah and it can all become Kedusha. That you can do. That place, that's where you can go L'mala Minat Teva. And Hashem is asking you to go L'mala Minat Teva. And Hashem says, you should believe in yourself. You should believe that if I sent you down there and I gave you a neshama, and the neshama comes from Olam HaAtzilus, or from whatever it comes from L'mala Minat Teva, the place. So it has the kochos to be miskaber on all your weaknesses, and then and everything that you might think you can't, and all the lo nuchals that, like the Meraglim said, lo nuchal, no, Yeshua would call it, we're right, yochol nuchal, we can. That's in the place where you are sent down. But to talk about the general picture, the Medina that you're living in, and to say, we're going to change that, we're going to think about what to do about that, and let's make a plan, and let's look for ways, and let's make a revolution. And he even says, and this Meir Ettinger says that we have to make a merit, a revolution. But I don't mean a revolution like what the Shavaka accuses me of. I mean a different revolution. And they start saying very delicate chilukim of what they mean revolution, what I mean revolution. And I'm saying, like a simple Litai Jew from Baltimore, I'm saying, don't make no revolution, sit and learn. Yeah, as simple as that. That's what I'm saying. Sit and learn Gemara and Toshas, be a gabbet there. That's the biggest revolution you can do. That's the biggest milchama against the klippers is that. Now,
of course, don't forget what you said in part 2. Amen Yehesh Meirabo is also very
and say Yesh Meirabo with kavona.
And kol kochot also. Like the Shulchan Aruch says, the Shulchan Aruch doesn't say kavana. He says b'kol kochot. Like Tosfos.
Okay, scream Yesh Meirabo. I don't care. But you have to at least, but know what it means that Lolam, I think it's very important to know that Lolam Lomel Maya means the halamas, that we can break the halamas. And I saw in the Shomer Muni that he's very madgish. He emphasizes the fact that Mechias Amalek has to do with Yesh Meirabu. That Amalek is what's called in the Chazak Konof Hamastias Aponim, that it's covering up Hashem's looking at the world, that Hashem can't look at the world because of Amalek. And here you're breaking that Hashem can look at the world. So the Yesh Meiraba, that's the Shomer Murim says it, that's Mechias Amalek. It's you have to have come on and you're doing Mechias Amalek when you say Yesh Meiraba. So yeah, it's a davod. Yeah, okay. You know what? You don't want to learn. You don't want to be a ventur. So be mekabel. Every day you'll say, scream Yesh Meiraba. You won't let one Yesh Meiraba go by without screaming and without the kavuna of Yesh Meiraba. Okay, let that be your avodah. Go from minyan to minyan and scream yet. Many Yesh Meirabas over there. I know Reb Chatzkel Sana used to do that. I saw it with my own eyes. He was in his old age, and he couldn't learn, and he used to go from minyan to minyan in Zichron Moshe, and he would answer, Amen Yesh Meirabah. I saw it. So do that. But there's the avodas. The avodah that Chazal gave us, the avodas that are mekubal by us. What are you making up new things? You're going to fight this system. That you're going to, and I keep saying all the time. Eov says in Parak Tes of Eov, Eretz nitna biyad Rosha. And the Gemara says in the end of the first parak of Baba Basra, according to one mandama, Lo diber Eov ela kenegedas Satan. When Eov said Eretz nitna biyad Rosha, he meant who's the Rosh of this Satan? Hashem gave the Satan permission to rule the world, but later on in the next parak, you've said, Al daitcha ki lo ersha vein miyotcha matzah. Nobody, you created me this way, and I can't change. And on that, the Gemara says, Maya, what do they answer him? The Gemara brings another pasuk, Barasi Yitzhahar, Barasi Torah, Tavlin lo, you're right. Hashem created you in a certain way. And Hashem gave over the world to a Rasha, the Satan. The Satan rules the world in the shlichus of Hashem. As simple as that. Yeah. But the Chaverim said to you, and the Gemara brings in the end of the first parak in Bava Basra, Barasi is but Barasi Torah Tavlin Law. We have a way to break through that Eretz Nitno Biyad Rosha, Barasi Torah Tavlin. Torah and Yeshmei Rabbis and a lot of other things, but mainly the Ikar Melchom of the Yitzhar is Neged Limudat Torah. And we can sit and learn Torah and we can break the Koch of the Yitzhar. The Chorah of the Yitzhar is so strong. Look at how successful he was. Look how many he shmaded. Look what a Medina he made. The truth is, let's say, look what he meant it to me. Instead of talking about look what he did over there, look what he did to me. And we have to know, we don't believe enough in our kochas, that's the problem. We don't believe in, if we would just stop and think one day, a day of Limudat Torah is so powerful, there's nothing that can be misgabran. And with that, why doesn't Meir ettinger get together with a whole group of hilltop boys and come to me for advice? And if they want to come to me, I'll say it now over here. Every day we're getting together for Chumash shows, Ritufos of learning Gemara and Tosfos. And if Chumash shows is too much, so 3 hours. We're having a war against the Satan. And we're fighting him by learning Torah 3 hours every day, B'chabura, without a hefsek in the middle. I'm sure something is going to happen. Do a mivtzah! Do something! To fight this Satan! And if you don't want to learn Gemara, I'll tell you what. He keeps claiming that he's notel chasidut. He doesn't believe in Zionism, he believes in Hasidus, as if you have to look for something to believe in. But okay. So he believes in Hasidus, he believes in being Chabad and Breslov. Okay, you can learn Gemara and Tosh. Learn 3 hours a day, Likutei Maharan, very good. Even that, but you have it all right. But learn it be'iyun. Not like some that they shake over Likutei Maharan and their payas waves, and they don't understand what they're saying. They once learned with Hased and Bresa, I learned Likutei Maharan. So we came across a line that says, Chochmah is called Rochuk, because it says, Amatiach Koma V'hi Rachoko Mimeni. So I asked, how do you see that Chochmah is called Rochuk? If I catch Shlomo Melech saying V'hi Rachoko Mimeni, that I don't have the Chochmah. So how do you see that Chochmah is called Rochuk? So that wrestler just kept quiet, he didn't know what to answer me. Not to learn it like that, to try to understand what he's saying, the Breslau Rebbe. So do that 3 hours a day. Okay, make a mivtza. We're fighting the Satan with the Likukim around. Although I would say both, to do both, and not to be Mevater and Gemara and Tashis. But if you really can't, I'll let you do that also. But what kind of business is this planning? Planning how Hashem should fight the Rishonim? We're not capable of that. And if we're not capable, so Hashem doesn't demand that from us. And because of that, Meir Ettinger is all wrong from Aleph till Tov. His whole chinuch is wrong, his whole yesod is wrong. He sat in jail for nothing. He wasted 11 months of his life. And I hope that the child that was born while he was in jail should grow up in the right derech. And I hope that he should also go in the right derech. But Baruch Hashem, he's a frum Jew, he's a shomer Torah mitzvahs and everything. But all that kmimus should get out of his head. I mean, I see a line over here in the interview that he says, I reached the Gvarot, that means the hilltop youths, what they call here. At the age of 18, I reached there, and those were years of confusion. It was years of confusion, what are we talking about, 6 years ago, of confusion. What confusion? What was that confusion? I don't know. I was sitting in the kola and I was learning. I didn't feel confused. I had sugyas in the Gemara that confused me, yeah, but what confusion? What do we have to care what's going on outside? What kind of years of confusion? It's treif, it's mamish treif. It comes from the whole musag of the media, that there's such a thing as a media, that you know what's going on. I'm not saying you want to know, you have curiosity to know what's going on, but why should that influence your life? In my Dalet Amos, there's confusion. In my Dalet Amos, because of that, I think you should stay away from reading newspapers as much as you can, because it's confusing, it's depressing. It makes you feel that you're part of what's going on, and we're not part of what's going on. We don't belong to what's going on. Our world is Gemara and Tosfos and Shulchan Aruch and Shach and Sma. That's the people that we're living with. Those are the people that are around us. And if we don't see them, but we have emunah that they're here. And like it's Yadua that the tzaddikim said, the Sanzer maybe said, or the whatever, that they said that when the tzaddikim used to learn the Parsha Matan Torah, the mamish, they saw the colors of Brokim of Matan Torah. We don't see it, but we believe that there's colors of Brokim, and Amunah is even higher level. We believe that when we learn the Gemara and the Tanoim and the Amorim, they all come down, they're all here with us. Do we need more than that? Do we care what's going on outside when we have a Bayer Rover here near us? When we have Kedoshei Elyon like the Shach and the Sma here with us? Of course, I need chizuk myself. Who am I to give Musha to others? But let's use these ideas instead of those ideas. He's going to make a mapecha like Herzl made. He's going to make a from mapecha. Who asked you? Who needs it? Who wants it? And the biggest mapecha is to sit and learn Torah. Hashem should help us, that we should all be, that all the influences from the tumor, from the street, and from the media, and from other places should leave us. And it should be mekuyim in us the pasuk ki chizak brichei shoroich. Hashem should strengthen the locks on the gates of our dwelling places, and then it'll be berach b'naich b'kirbeh, and then we'll be zocher to the gula shleima b'meira v'yameinu amen v'amen.
Amen, amen. Thank you, Rabbi Kaplan.